There's only one thing in this world that I hate more than raisins hidden inside of cinnamon rolls, and that's clutter. And that's why today the main objective is going to be to clear out as much of this as we possibly can. And to start that, we first need to build an ME system. And I kind of mentioned that last episode, but I want to um, get an ME system going and then eventually set up all of our machines to be connected to that. And I think I collected all of the material we need for it, so we can actually build it here soon. But real quick, I wanted to show you this machine that I built. I don't know if it's really a machine. This like setup I got going over here to create the processors we need for the storage drives and a lot of the other um, like assembly parts for the ME system. So it pretty much starts right here. You throw in all of the required stuff to make those processors. It starts with these, goes through here, and let me tell you, these things are the biggest pain in the butt because they're very specific on which side you can pull and push things out of. It's completely like, well, it's not completely automatic. It's semi-automatic because you still have to put stuff in yourself, but other than that, it's pretty close. So I managed to make all of these able to pull um, the machine or the parts that are within that into the other machines over here, which create these processors. So that's going to be super nice and super helpful. And then once I get the ME system up and running, we should be able to completely automate this from there. So if we come over here, I hope everything's in here. We can probably start by getting this ME controller going. What do we need? So we need the Skystone blocks. I believe I didn't put any of this stuff in here, so we still need to empower this real quick. So let's do that. So while that's doing that, let's build maybe something else real quick. So we also need this crafting terminal. So we need one of these, and we need the illuminated panel, which we need the quartz glass, which I think we should be able to make as well. We need to make these real quick. Grab 4 of those, go back in here, make the illuminated panel. It makes 3. So we should actually have quite a bit of leftover stuff there. So we need one of these. Let's keep doing this process until we just have everything. I want the crafting one because I want to be able to completely craft everything from there. So we're waiting on this stuff, which should be pretty close to being done. We got enough to get a good start, so we need at least one of these guys. We need some of these cables, so I know we're going to need some quartz fibers, and then that guy right there. And then we need one of these as well, which, because we have the fibers. Let's make a couple more of these real quick, because they're super cheap. Um, then I think I'm a little disorganized, but we should be good to start making these here. So let's make as many of these as we can. Only 5. That is probably not enough. What was I limiting on these guys here? What was my limiting thing? Oh, it was redstone. Okay, so we have 8 of those now. So let's move on to the next here, which is these, and we're out of quartz glass already. Just need more quartz glass for the rest of this stuff. That thing's going pretty fast, so we should probably be able to make quite a bit of these. So still need more redstone. So, because I want to make this 64K as fast as I can, because it's just going to be super useful to have a bigger storage unit as soon as we can. I need 3 of these, so we should be able to make quite a few. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was gonna say we should have been able to make quite a few of these things. I was just limited on redstone apparently. That should be plenty. And then hop in this one, get 5 more of those guys. Hop into here, get 2 more of those, and then we should at least be able to make at least one 64K drive. And then we need to make the pattern for it. So now we have that. So now that we have everything, we actually have a little base that I'm starting to build. This is not the final product, but well, so obviously it's not the final product because it's not done yet. But this style, it probably isn't gonna be the final style that I choose to do. But I think it's a good start. I think it'll look pretty cool once it's all built here. And I'm thinking to put the whole ME system on this wall. I hope this is the right spot. I'm actually not sure. So we're going to start by getting this entangler border here, and we need the ME power, I believe. I don't know if that's pulling out. I think it is. It says it does. Okay. So then this needs to be there, and this needs to be set to power on the top, I believe, which it's not. heat energy. So it needs to be on that one, I believe. Pop that there. And it's not working because I don't know what I'm doing apparently. Okay, figured out the problem. It was just user mistake. This needed to be set to output on the top, and this needed to be just push, which I thought I had before, but I guess I just did it wrong. Now we have this, and we have to take all of those chests that are over there and throw everything into here. But first, I think I want to try to make another one of these guys. So I need to bring over redstone and glowstone, and I made quite a bit more quartz glass, but I think we should be able to make quite a bit more. So I'm gonna go grab some of that stuff real quick, and then we should have quite the storage system going. This area is starting to look a whole lot better. We managed to move a lot of this stuff from this mess that we had here over into the ME system. We also managed to move a couple of the machines over into this area that we're starting to work on. And I don't know if I showed this earlier, but this is where we're getting most of our power from. This is a nuclear reactor by Mechanism, and then this one is by Big Reactors. No, Extreme Reactors. So we have this one going, and we have this one going, so we have plenty of power. This is where the um, my power source is coming from. I have it set up to right here so that it directly goes over there without having to have a really long cable. And we also managed to bring one of the crafting terminals all the way over here because we use a lot of this stuff. Oops, whoops. We use a lot of this stuff from over here, and we'd like to build over here. So I managed to bring a cord all the way from over there, over here, and then this is where we're getting a lot of our ores right now. This is 2 times ore processing, 3 times. Can't remember. I think it's 3 times. But this is like our main source of all these ores that we have. But yeah, this is kind of the area we have going right now. It'll be a lot cleaner eventually because I want to put most of the machines I built, oops, most of the machines I built underneath the house over here. And speaking of the house, we are going to probably finish this up over here. I'm going to sleep real quick though. So I'll show you kind of what I got going here. This is the storage drive. I have this full of 64K, and I could have made one of the 256 ones, like if we go in the like little rabbit hole here. I could have made one of these, but it still only holds 64 of each type. Like if we look in here, it still only holds 63 types. So these are only halfway full. Like all the orange ones that are here, they're only full or they're only orange because of the types. If you look at it, they're all full. So it can still hold a lot more stuff, but it's just out of um, the amount of different things that can be in here at the moment. So it would have wasted a lot of stuff. And I think that this is probably just going to work out. That the 256 would be good if we were like producing a ton of iron, which we kind of are. So I might do it eventually, but it's only good for if you're producing a lot of one material rather than a ton of different items all in one. This is probably going to be moved over there soon and probably automated as best I can. I think there's a way I want to do it myself without looking it up because I did this by myself and it looks awful, but it works. And then I think our next goal here is just to start working on this real quick. I want to have some of this stuff here. This chisel mod has been my best friend this whole time. So I want maybe a stack of these. And then what are these ones? Trodden brick. These, and then what else did I use? Cracked, I think. Yeah, cracked brick. So, I guess we'll throw those there. We don't need a lot of those. This is cobblestone. Oh, this is cobblestone. That's why it's not stacking. Let's grab another stack here. So I just ran out of stone, and what a perfect time to show you the machine I got over here. Just a little update on it. Everything that was producing like the main material is, oh my gosh, I still don't know how these work very well. Everything that was producing like a main source of material is full. These were byproducts, and whenever gravel got pulverized, there was a slight chance it would make sand, and whenever sand got pulverized, it was oh wait, no, opposite. Whenever gravel got pulverized, there was a slight chance it made sand, and every time gravel got pulverized, or a slight chance it made flint. But everything else is full, like to the max. There's nothing else I can do to it. So I managed to make this have stone as an output, and then I also have this one as stone as an output because the obsidian is full. So this should fill up a lot faster than everything else did, but we need probably a couple stacks at least. And then This will probably run for a while. I'll empty these out so it can keep running, and then I might even just move this into the basement so that it's always producing that, because that way we'll have just a source of stone and stuff like that just coming in. But this is kind of what it's looking like so far. I might have to move this back just one more block, or at least maybe put like a window around this, or like another pillar right here, so that it's blocked, because this is the cable that runs all the way over to the other ME system that's on the other side there. So we're almost done on this side. I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll try to start working on the next level here. We have done quite the progress here. I'll show you kind of what we have done so far, and then I kind of want to work on some of this stuff with you guys. So we can hop over here to where we left off. These trees have to go eventually. So we have this so far. This is kind of what this area is looking like. This corner screwed me up so bad. I couldn't figure out what to do to make it look good, because there's a 2 block gap right here and you could totally see it. So I had to figure out some way to make it look somewhat decent. So it's all right. If we don't look at it, it's not there. Then we got these windows here. This little corner area is a little thicker, so I'm thinking of maybe adding some flower pots or something like decorative on this here eventually. And then right here, possibly adding like a whole flower garden thing, like with dirt right here, and some type of trapdoor on the side here, then plants or flowers. And if you wrap around here, this side is probably going to be pretty plain, but you won't see it very much because I don't think, well, we might have some other stuff here, but it doesn't look bad. It's just going to look repetitive. So we had to do a little 3-1 here, and then it continues for 5 block gap between, and then another 3, and then on the other side here, I'm probably going to do another 3, 3, and a 5. And then again, like I was saying, I want like probably like some type of grand window here, hopefully. I don't know if it'll look too good, but we'll try it out. And then what I've been doing for the most part is just kind of getting the shape the way I want it to. I just barely put in the floors so that I could actually walk around and do this kind of thing. Um, I think that it's probably going to look pretty good on the inside, but the outside we're definitely going to have to modify a little bit, because I really like the way this looks in here. I really like the blocks that this mod has. So if we knock out the center pieces on all of these real quick, I want to get the inside done so that I can keep working on the outside. So if we get like all this in here, I kind of want it to match that side. So we need something here, right? And these can be 2. Let's just make them 2. And this just pile up like this. And I liked having that little bit of oak sticking out, because I'm probably going to put lanterns on them or something like that, just so it has a little more character. And then this is not centered, so we're probably going to have to move the ME system a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely going to have to move eventually. So this one, I just wanted a 1 block, and then something like that, maybe. So if we take a step back here, I can throw in the windows next. That looks pretty good. I really like that. I really love this wood. It's just like the perfect little wallpaper texture for this area. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out. The roof, on the other hand, I probably won't be as happy, because I'm terrible at roofs. I kind of just wing it. I might add a second floor because this place is so big. It might look good, or I might just do some random, like maybe a big old chimney or a tower, what am I looking for here? What word? Not a tower, like little windows at the top, because it's probably just gonna be like a very pointy roof. I'll add like little windows that poke out here and there. So from the outside, this is what we're working with, and I kind of want to copy what it looked like on the other side. So I think I had some type of wood here, possibly, something like that. And then I know these went up, and this is what formed the shape of this window here. So I gotta lift all these up a little bit real quick. So these the 3 window ones might be a little tough. I might just add like something like that real quick to it. That might look all right. Yeah, sure. Why not? That'll probably be just fine. And then I also want to go back through and knock out these. That's not going to work with my current situation, so I might do that a little bit later. But this is starting to come together. I'm going to keep finishing this off camera because it's just a lot of a lot of back and forth and me placing blocks and stuff like that. So we'll see a little progress update here soon. See you in a bit. Progress has been made, and a little more than I expected to kind of do all on my own here. But this is what I kind of got done. This is the roof, which is bright purple. It's actually the blue terracotta with the quark mod with the shingles, and it looks all right. It's starting to make it look like kind of like a haunted house or something like that, like a little haunted mansion in the middle of the woods. So I'm gonna roll with it. That's what we're gonna do. So I changed up this side here. I think before they were probably the same height as that, but I decided to kind of make it a long window because the building was just too flat. So I wanted to add a little bit of detail here. This is also a stairwell, and if I keep adding height to this, I'll probably have a second floor. This is probably the maximum height, I think, but we'll definitely have room for like another floor here. And I think I might just add a library up there because I'm starting to get a lot of books from unenchanting the stuff we get from the mob spawner and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. And then the staircase will go up. And then we'll also have a staircase go down into the basement for all of the machines and stuff. So this is starting to look good. I changed up this to like a darker wood that we get from the Twilight Forest because if we're rolling with the haunted house kind of theme, I wanted to do like a darker wood floor just to keep it a little more spooky, you know how it is. But yeah, this is coming together pretty good, I think. And this part is gonna be probably a little weird, but I'm sure once I get done with it, it'll look all right. I'm not a big fan of the roof. I've heard mixed opinions about this from my friends. Some people like it, some people don't. So it's pretty, it's pretty out there. It's a different type of build. This is the first major house I've done, and this is the first roof I've done like this. So obviously it's not going to be perfect, but it's a start. It's the only way I'll learn is to practice. So um, while I finish this up, in the meantime, we actually went and fought the Ender Dragon and did some fun things in the end. Unfortunately, I was lagging pretty bad when we killed the Ender Dragon, so it's just fun little clips of us running around the end doing some fun stuff after we killed it. So I'll show you that, and then we'll be back with the hopefully a finished product here.
Hey
Okay,
guys, I
I
think we
almost
should.
I almost
I
knocked
think
you
we
back
should have
in
a
the lava.
speech.
Let's get this bread.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, guys.
Okay.
Thanks.
Roy Jenkins.
I'm on fire.
I'm on
Thrower.
fire.
Ah, JC, I'm about to fucking die.
Nightly, you set me on fire.
JC, I'm still
What?
on fire.
I got lit on fire and then it was like one frame,
Yeah, it was
Next
literally
frame.
like one frame.
next frame.
Well, I don't know what to tell you guys.
They're picking it up because they're mad at you.
Hey, Knight, that's me! Knight!
Why would you do that? Why would you?
That was so convincing.
I can't believe that. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you fucking murdered me.
I didn't expect you to just be fucking an Enderman right here. Why would you do that? And then come charge me immediately.
Oh, I was trying to fake the voice right after you guys.
Oh, that was so good.
That was Jesus Christ. Are you here, JC? Oh, look at you just lonely on that portal or the block.
I have 0 items. I cannot
I
leave
get
this
there?
portal.
Well, I'm just gonna. You asshole. Oh no. Oh no. Stop.
Hey.
Stop.
Oh yeah, I found another one.
You know, I'm on this small island and I have to try to not look at them.
Okay, here you go.
I
don't,
see
don't.
you looking away.
If even one sees me,
Oh
I'm
no,
dead.
look at them all fall. It's like a waterfall. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed those couple of clips there. We only had a couple because, for the most part, it was just us walking around trying to find end cities for about half an hour. So there was just a couple there. Hope you guys enjoyed them. But now I think I got this place finished up, or at least the outside. The inside is still still pretty empty. But if you take a look here, I managed to kind of clean this up just a little bit. This was kind of more chaotic, and I kind of made a little bit better of a flow. This building kind of gives me like a church vibe. Like this looks like some type of church, but it's a mansion. That's what we're going for, and that's what it's gonna be in our hearts. So if we take a little lap around here real quick, this is the entrance, and I'll kind of show you. Um, I think I'm probably gonna expand this part here to have like a wider entrance that we walk up into, just so it kind of cuts off that grayness that we keep seeing everywhere. Then if we just take a quick walk around, this is probably my favorite part of the base, this little area here, this window, just because it adds so much detail to break up the same pattern I had going around, and I really like it. I really like the shape. So if we keep walking around here real quick, I added a little extra window here just because again I wanted to break up this pattern here. And then I think I'm gonna add some type of patio or maybe like a balcony kind of thing on the outside here. And this is the last side. And this one's a little different because there's only one window and it kind of looks like a monster. But this is a kind of the thing, the bait or style I went with. This is going to be the roof. If we take a look here, this side's a little more steep than the other side, so it kind of shoots up a lot faster to meet up with the cove I did for, not cove, the top I did for this guy. So I'll show you what I did for the roof on this one. It's a little round on the up and up here. There, I wanted to add like a spike, but it just looked wrong. Like a little spike right here. It just didn't look right. So if you take a look at the top, it's pretty chaotic. Like from the top, it looks like a person like on all fours or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird building. It's definitely crazy looking, but I'm pretty happy with it to be honest. And then eventually I'll like make the area around here a lot nicer. Probably add a little bit more detail in the ground here, maybe add a couple fun things around, get the trees in. But if we take a look inside here, like I was saying, it's pretty plain. I think I want to definitely add a third floor, or a third floor, a second floor, because there's plenty of room up here, and I think it'll just be like a cool, small little library because I think I mentioned it before, but I have a lot of books that I have or want to place somewhere. I don't really need them, especially once I get better armor, but um, I think this is coming together. I really like it. I have to go get more of this wood in the Twilight Forest, but I think we got a good start. So I'm thinking the next step here is just to get the basement done. I have a couple projects I want to get done down there, so I'm gonna try to collect some materials real quick because I need to go back to the Twilight Forest, and then I also want to design the stairwell. Possibly, it might take me a while to figure out how to do that, but if I get a good start going, we should be back and be able to do this together. So I'll see you in a bit. We seem to finally have a slightly finished product. This is probably as done as the interior is going to get, but I'll give you the classical tour around the house. So this room I might turn into like individual rooms so we can have like some people stay in here if they want to. And then we also have the attic up here, which I'm storing my some of the excess stuff I had from one of my machines up here. And then eventually I think I'm going to turn it into like a library stash slash storage room. Then if we head on down to the basement, we also have quite a bit of space to work all of our machines, and there's plenty of potential to like come back around here with the rest of the staircase to add more rooms, like different floors for different things. I think that'll be pretty cool. I think this is probably going to be a pretty fun little house and fun little place to have all of our projects. But I think that's probably enough house building for today. As much as I love this basement, I had to destroy the wall immediately because I want to get started on one of the machines I wanted to build. I think I mentioned earlier that I wanted to start farming Supremium, which is the hardest thing to make, I swear. This stuff here, it has so many tiers to build and all that kind of stuff. So I want to build a farm that does it for me. And I have a design in mind. I made one in my creative world, so I have a screenshot here that I'm probably going to be building off of. But initially, what we need to start out with is this amazing device that is in this game. Now, it might not look like much, but this is probably the most useful thing in the game. We have one of these powering our nuclear reactor right now, a sink. It's amazing. It's the best thing that this game has to offer. And while I think it's a little cheesy, I also think that it's worth um, definitely worth it because it just makes every type of like building project with machines so much simpler. Well, unfortunately, my footage corrupted of me building this thing. My audio for some reason just stopped working. So I finished it. And I really wanted to do this with you guys, but I mean, the video was getting long as is, so this kind of worked out, but still wanted to show you how I built it. But I'll kind of give you the rundown real quick. So we kind of left off introducing the sink to this, and how this works is I'm producing rich slag from compasses being or smelted in this induction smelter. This is producing sandstone, which is being pulverized, which gets us niter. This is producing charcoal and then being crushed in a pulverizer to produce pulverized charcoal, and it's getting us rich phytogrow. So this whole system is working together to get sorry, to get this rich phytogrow, which is being infused to get the ultimate one or fluxed one, because that gives you I think 3 times as much as the just this rich phytogrow does. So this is a pretty fun system. The Magma Crucible is kind of useless at the moment because I'm only making cobblestone and it only needs 1,000 millibuckets, and this also only needs like 1,000 millibuckets of water just for cobblestone. But if I ever wanted to change that up and use like obsidian or whatever else that actually uses the lava and stuff, I have the opportunity to do that. And so once this gets infused, the phytogrow falls down here, goes into the bottom. We have another sink here pushing water into these insulators, which is what we need to keep this thing running. And then these are tier 5, which I was actually gifted by Chase, who's working on the similar project. And if we look in here, this I believe produces 15 of this inferium every time. It takes a while, but just trust me. It produces 15 of the Inferium. So then it goes into here, and if I wanted to change up what seeds I have in here, it'll go into this chest and it'll stay there. But since I am producing Inferium right now, I have this logistical sorter that is just set on Inferium itself, so that once this gets Inferium in here, it'll flow into here, into these sequential fabricators. Originally, I had these auto workbenches also set up over here just to make this, as you can see it working, just to make the different tiers of Inferium. We got Prudentium, we got Intermedium, and then the Superium to make the Supremium. And we actually have quite a bit in here. I think I have more in the ME system, but this is working really well for the most part. It's been running by itself for quite a while. Um, but yeah, this worked out really well. It's pretty compact, honestly. I think it's pretty much just two or three blocks wide. It would be a uh little thinner if this wasn't here. And then all the power cables on the back. Everything you see is pretty much what there is to it. I'm sure there's plenty of automated ways to do this, but I actually am pretty proud of this. I came up with this myself. I used Chase's design to make the compasses though, because I honestly didn't know how to do that. So this is his design. I just kind of made it incorporated with my design. And yeah, this is pretty much what we're doing. And I got some Supremium armor going because it's producing so much. And this stuff is crazy. It's like creative mode flying. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. And I think that's probably going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was quite the eventful episode. We got a lot done, and I'm hoping now that this base is done, we can continue it further down this way and then work on some other mods. Like I really wanted to get into Thaumcraft and some other stuff, and was kind of hoping that this would be the base for it and we can just make another room for it down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. See ya.